what we're going to do is we're going to launch a attack and just hope that it gets there. Surprised that I'm not doing Fallout. Oh, wait. Oh, damn it. Okay, so these are the people that... Yeah, if I had builders, and they would have made it. But they just can't... It's too far of a distance. They just can't make it to this spot in time. So that they can't build up the walls in time. Surprised not doing Fallout 4. I mean... I don't know. I guess I could do Fallout 4. I like the Fallout games. Everybody's and the monkey's uncle will be doing Fallout. Yeah, that's the issue, is that I don't want to just be, like, competing with, like, every single other person in the entire world by doing the exact same game as them. Okay, so that builder's going to go forward. That's fine. He's going to get his ass handed to him. Might as well recruit everybody that I possibly can on the way back home. And then what we're going to do is, after the Blood Moon, we're going to launch our counter crusade, and it will hopefully be our final crusade. I don't know where these people came from and how much money they have, but I guess I'm not going to question it. There must be some sort of weird sex trade going on the left side. I don't know. I assume that's where all the prostitutes are. Whatever. I'm not gonna be all like anti-prostitute. Like, no. You can prostitute it up. I don't give a shit. What I'm basically saying, chat, is like, whore yourself out as much as possible. That's the way to be successful in life. Fallout 4 can wait for a Game of the Year discount with a discount. I kind of agree, actually. Like, the Bethesda Fallout games are good, but I think that, like, I can always, like, wait on them. Now, I actually really can probably say that about pretty much any Bethesda game. Like, they're good and all, but they've released so much DLC and shit that it's always worth the time to just, like, wait for the Game of the Year stuff. It's standalone, so you can get it without the first game. Yeah, you don't need to own, like, Fallout 3 or anything like that. Despite how popular Fallout 4 may seem, I think StarCraft 2 is a more consistent fan base. It's an esport after all. Yeah, well, commentating and playing an esport, it's true. That has a bigger fan base. But you have to be extremely good at the game to want to, like, stand out at all when you play a game like StarCraft 2 or Dota 2 or anything like that. Like, there is no audience for people that are shitty at StarCraft. That just is not a thing that exists. So, there is, like, that aspect to it as well. Let us see how this crusade, or this nighttime wave goes. It's looking reasonable. Looks like almost all the weak units got killed. That was a really good night wave. This is an extremely good Blood Moon so far. Things are really behaving themselves quite well. I assume the orcs are going to be showing up soon. Yep, there they are. Looks like one of those flyers managed to get me. Ah, they're hitting me with rocks. That's what the issue is. The ogres should be dead post-haste, though. Which means that, for whatever reason, Bird now speaks Latin. These guys have a lot of health. Okay, now they're dead. So, plan is, we're going to launch a crusade as soon as I possibly can and hope that the Crusaders can make it there in time. I will also absolutely take the time to buff up my Crusaders before they reach the portal. So there we are. And buffing up the Crusaders. Go, drop all the coins and run. Alright, so I don't have any buildermen. Well, okay, so I have one unemployed person in this mixture of archers here. He's going to pick up the hammer. Oh, no, never mind. I guess I didn't have an unemployed person. Those were just all archers. Well, I assume I have at least one unemployed person. Oh, it doesn't look like that's the case. Okay. So we'll go ahead and employ some people here. One of them will become a builder. They'll come over here, they'll repair this wall, and then everyone will be happy. Also, it looks like they moved my catapult over, which totally makes sense that they would do that, but I'm kind of annoyed at it all the same. You suck, you're a dirt league, you just enjoy it. I mean, it's good that you enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, it's hard to build an audience if you're, like, not, like, you know, Dendy levels at your various esport. that's just the reality of the situation. Like, I would love to play, like, Dota 2 or something like that. Co-op, PvP, so you can suck with a friend. Yeah, I guess that is always a enjoyable way to, like... I guess you could probably, like, make a series out of co-oping your way through StarCraft, too. But I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like the audience craves only watching people that are the best of the best. Speaking of this, like, random topic, you know what's absolutely fascinating? Is watching people LP chess. Which is probably not the terminology to use, but, like, watching, like, grandmasters, like, play chess online. Like, there are videos you can watch on YouTube of, like, chess grandmasters playing games against, like, random people on, like, chess.com and stuff like that. And they, like, commentate what they're doing. It is phenomenally entertaining to watch. Holy crap. They think about the game on another level that, like, I was vaguely aware of existing, but, like, had no idea, like, what it was to actually think for these people. So, like, they will, like, I know, like, a couple of tactics in chess. I know, like, my forks and my pins and shit like that. As long as it's speed chess. Right. That is the caveat. Yes. You do not want to watch, like, long plays of chess on YouTube. But watching speed chess, usually, like, a round lasts about, like, 5 to 10 minutes of speed chess. You watch speed chess, they commentate it. It's glorious. It's incredibly fun to watch. I don't know about watching, like, a full-length game. I would imagine that would be fucking horrible. You have a 100% game record for chess, not one win. I don't pretend to understand what you mean by that. I assume that you're making a joke saying that you're terrible at chess. I like chess. I'm not particularly great at it. I would probably rate myself at like a 1200 in the game or something. So like, I can womp like a beginner pretty solidly, but like anybody who has some experience with the game will probably be able to outdo me. I know my openings, I know a couple of the basic tactics like forks and pins and stuff like that, but I do not have any sort of understanding of pawn structure, and that's a big part of the way that grandmasters think, is they think about like, okay, if we have a pawn structure like this, you know, across the board, then that means that you have this pawn weakened for whatever reason. So then they put their units to like apply pressure onto the opponent's pawn structure, which, first off, that sentence had a lot of P's in it. Second off, like, I don't understand how it translates into a win for them, but it always does. So it's like, they like put some pieces in like a random way to attack like a bunch of pawns, and then all of a sudden, like, they just like win. And they just like, they attack, like, one pawn, which causes the entire structure to fall apart, and then it's just over with. Checkers here are taught by a tournament-level player. Checkers, I don't find as entertaining to watch because it's a solved game. So, like, it's basically, do you know the algorithm for checkers? If yes, then you win checkers. If no, then you don't. Go. Yeah, Go is fantastic. That is a crazy game, though. So, like, that is, it's really, really hard to be good at Go. God, is it hard to be good at Go. It's just very, very, very tactically minded and incredibly complicated. It's like, from a given chessboard, you can there's like 16 million, like, moves you can make. For a given Go board, there's like, you know, like, hundreds of millions, I believe. You were 12, Bird. You didn't know any math. You knew math when you were 12. Are you kidding me? You probably learned, like 3 apples plus 8 apples equals 11 apples. Like, you probably knew that level of math when you were 12. Oh, shit, that was the counterattack. Okay, so the portal is down. That lag spike definitely means the portal is down. I'm in the middle of the woods, yes. That don't make Bird no happy, no. At least I'm pretty convinced that the portal went down. Don't actually have that as a fact. I'm going to pull back to base here. I'm going to see if the flags are dead. Flags are torn. Okay, here's the plan. Buff, 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 buff. Okay, so we're going to drop a bunch of coins on all these people, and we're going to run the fuck away. Oh no, okay, these people have a bunch of money too. So the counterattack is incoming. And the way this game works is that you have to survive like a night after you bring down the second portal for it to count as a win. I think so, anyway. I actually learned more at 12 than most people knew. I wouldn't be surprised if you said that you were living in Portugal at the time with a different school system. Yeah, I would say that for sure that had a big thing to do with it. Like, some school systems are extremely good at teaching math, and some school systems are awful at it. And I will say that the American school system is, like, astoundingly bad at it. It might be better now. It might be better with the Common Core, which I've looked at, actually really good. But at the same time, like, who the hell knows? Like, just our math education in America is just so shitty. Just the way that we're taught math is like, oh, okay, there's the ogres. So a counterattack definitely came at some point. I assume that the counterattack was mostly beat off. No pun intended. Let's wait here, though, and watch as the ogres come along to ruin my everything. They should be here pretty soon. I have put in the request to get 2 new knights in the event that the crusade failed. But I have a good feeling. I think that this might be the end of the game. Okay, counterattack might be dead now. Day 28. So, the crusade was a failure. Because otherwise the game would be over by this point.